Alright, welcome back. So this video is about moving and renaming files and directories. And you might be wondering why they're together in one video, and it's because they actually share the exact same command. So that command is move, or mv. So mv, again, can be used to move files. It's a little more obvious, but it can also be used to rename files. So the way that it works is that there are two arguments. You give it a source file, the one that you're targeting, and then a destination, where you want to move it to, or how you want to rename it. So if the destination is in a different folder, the file will be moved to that folder. If the destination is a new name in the same folder, it will rename it. And if it's both, if it's a different name and it's in a different folder, it will rename the target file and then move it. So let's take a look at an example. We're in the directory catpics, as signified by this little arrow. Inside of catpics, there's a file called faves.txt. Okay, so if we write mv faves.txt space goat greatest of all time.txt, what this will do is act to rename faves.txt to goat.txt without moving it anywhere. It's in the same destination folder, but we've just changed the name. So as you can see by the diagram, the name has been changed. If we type ls now from inside catpics, there is no longer a faves.txt, it's just goat.txt. Okay, so then the second use case is something like this. mv greatest of all time.txt, and then rather than providing a new name, we're providing a different directory. In this case, the parent directory, signified by two dots, as we've seen before with cd ... So this will just move the greatest of all time.txt file back into the stuff directory, as this arrow shows. Thank you, slides. And if we type ls now, it's gone. There's nothing in catpics. And if we back out one level with cd ... and type ls again, now we can see inside of stuff, we have the catpics directory and now the goat.txt file that has been moved there. So that's really all there is to move. I'd say the trickiest thing about it is just remembering what comes first. The target file or directory that you're trying to move or rename comes first, and then the second argument is the destination or the new name or both. So let's give it a shot. I'm in my terminal again. I'm on the desktop this time, and let's go into my cat photos directory. And let's say I want to rename one of these. So I have a file called kitty1.jpg, and I want to rename it to be something a little bit more expressive rather than kitty1. Let's take a look at what that file is. So that's my new kitty, still unnamed at this point, just call her kitty. Let's rename this file sleepy kitty. So mv, and then the file we're targeting, kitty1.jpg space, and then what I want to rename it to. So let's do sleepykitty.jpg. Okay. Let's type ls now, and you can see there's no longer kitty1.jpg, we just have sleepykitty.jpg. All right, so that's the first use case, and the second one is to move files around. Let's back out. I'm going to go to dog photos this time, and I have inside of, let's look at cd rustypics or ls rustypics and ls wyattpics. Okay, so nothing is in wyattpics. So let's move the puppy photo, which is inside of rustypics, and put it inside of wyattpics. Okay, so the way that we're going to do that is mv, and because we're inside of dog photos right now, so let me make this a little clearer. We're in this directory, and I want to target this puppy.jpg file, so that needs to be rustypics/puppy.jpg. Use tab autocomplete to help you out. And then where are we moving it to? We want to move it to wyattpics, just like that. So let's type ls. Okay, let's look inside rustypics. It's not there anymore. What about in wyatt? There we go. So we moved that file. Okay, let's move it back just to show you and rename it to be rustypuppy.jpg. So to do that, from where I am right now, I'm still inside of dog photos. We're going to do mv wyattpics/puppy.jpg, and we're moving it to rustypics, but we're going to add in a new file name. And this time we'll do rustypuppy.jpg. So previously we just specified the directory and it moved the file and kept the name as puppy.jpg. This time I'm doing both. And now let's look at Rusty Pics, and you can see it's called rustypuppy.jpg. And if we look at Wyatt Pics, there's no photos there. Okay, so again, wrap this up with move. It can move files, it can rename files, and it can do both. And it can do that to directories as well, which I didn't show, but I won't make you watch me do that.